It is 11:30 at night, and this is my presentation reflection 2. The region I found most interesting was probably East Asia and China or Russia. That was my favorite to learn about. The Soviet era Russia and the Cold War was something I already knew a good bit about going into it, but it was really interesting to learn about. And the film we watched about the Chinese and American workers at Fuyao Glass showed a really interesting contrast between the two cultures. And I think that contrast between the mentalities of the workers and their management, respectively, are pretty clear parallels to the cultures they come from. China being one of discipline and disregarding safety for productivity, mostly through fear of replacement or punishment. And Americans being one of expectations from their superiors, lower productivity, and more identity as an individual rather than one company like Fuyao. Something new that I learned in the class was tactics used by Russia, especially pre-Soviet era, to unite its people under Russification, like moving ethnically Russian citizens to newly acquired areas in order to create a sense of Russian identity in those areas, as well as mandating that the Russian language be taught in school and used in government meetings. They also persecuted non-Russians, especially Jews, in an attempt to eliminate cultures that weren't strictly Russian. And learning about other places in the world has changed how I see my own experiences by giving me a new frame of reference for how different countries are from the typical stigma or stereotypes or just what you hear about them on a surface level. And I noticed that the more we learned about different regions and the farther apart they got, the more I noticed that most places have a lot in common. Patterns of uneven development, environmental vulnerability, political and economic strain, stuff we heard throughout the entire course, all occurred in every region in a same but different kind of fashion, whether it's monsoons or earthquakes, whether it's religion or racial discrimination, whether it's communist or fascist rule. All these countries and religions eventually go through similar circumstances and struggles. It's just a matter of what and when that makes the difference.